I get shit done, I have fun, it's my time and I'm the one. I'm breaking through.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Business Renovator. Hey, it's Monday, so today is Mindset Monday. I wanted to talk about a couple of things that speak to me in regards to mindset. And I don't know if you noticed or not, we have a slightly different new look that we're considering making permanent. So I'll just quickly show you what this looks like. The Business Renovator, sales, marketing, and mindset might even include a photo. Let's just see what that looks like. Whoops, wrong way. There we go. So it could be that, but it's looking towards being this kind of look and feel. But for today, we're going to continue with the original Business Renovator look and feel. So mindset apparently is everything. If you don't have the right mindset, life is a little bit more challenging and more difficult. So what I wanted to share with you is a couple of things. I posted this quote on Facebook recently, and I wanted to share it with you. Let's bring it up so you can see it. It's right there. So everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is perspective, not the truth. I don't know if everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. There could be some facts there, but certainly everything is filtered through our own experience, our own opinions, and those sort of things. So if you look at this diagram here, one says 4, one says 3, and they're both right based on the optical illusion that we see there. So we have this filtering device in our minds that processes all of our data as it flows in. And I've been taught that it's blind spots or a scotoma in a psychological space. And scotomas are essentially Greek for blind spot. And we all have them. And because we have been programmed and we've all lived our life our own way, our own experience of our life, I guess, is really more accurate. How we see the world is quite different than everybody else. And if you think of a kaleidoscope and you hold it up and twist it a little bit, you're going to see something slightly different. So the kaleidoscope has, it's a prism in it, and as you turn it, the colors and the images change. So if you think of life like that with a slight change, anything can happen. The old fable about the rabbit, the tortoise, and the hare. The tortoise won the race, not the rabbit. So slow and steady is a philosophy. Small incremental improvements on a regular basis can have massive change. What I've learned, though, is to help you with that change is this diagram here. We call this victor-victim. Above the line, which is the yellow area, right here. And below the line, obviously, is the victim. So above the line is a victor, below the line is a victim. If you notice the character in the top above the line, it says prove. He's got his hands up, or she's got her hands up. They've got their hands up, and they look like, and they've got a medal around their chest, symbolizing a victory, a success, that sort of thing. So if you look at the slide here, what we're looking at is prove stands for proactive, positive. R is for be responsible. And I don't know if you can see it clearly enough, but we've hyphenated responsible and turned it into 2 words, response with ability. That's really what we're asking you to do. And then you have ownership. You're going to own it. Even if you didn't cause the situation to happen, what can you do to make it better so you own it and move forward with it? And where do you move forward to? So you have an end result in mind, a vision, a goal, a purpose. And you're striving always to be excellent at whatever it is you do. So those would be a victor, opportunity seekers to solve people's problems, being solution providers. And those kind of people, if you think about them, think about somebody in your life, in your experience that you've met along the way that you still hang out with, or you wish you were still hanging out with. They give you your energy. They give energy. They don't take it. Below the line, it says bends, and you can see that they got their head down and maybe not as enthusiastically looking forward. So bends is basically B is for blame, E is for excuses, N is for they tend to be negative, D is for denial, and they live in this place called scarcity. And they see all of the limitations. They're in a state of worry more often than people above the line. And there's no possibilities in the way that they think, only negative outcomes. So that's why one of the reasons why I wanted to share that first slide, 3 or 4, it's how things show up, how we perceive things that are our experience in life. One of my mentors, Lou Tice, says we act in accordance not as the truth is, but how we perceive it to be. It's all about perception. So how are you perceiving your life? How are you showing up? Are you a victor with energy, exciting people, inspiring people, or are you bringing people down, taking their energy away, looking at all the negative aspects of life? I think it's a choice, right? We say that right at the top. I always have a choice. And so do you. The next slide that I'd like to talk about is this. Victors tend to have a yes and mindset. Yes, and what else? So even if you don't agree with somebody, 10% of what they're talking about has some merit or some good possibilities in there. So if you were to approach things yes and instead of no but, try that out this week for the balance of the month, perhaps. Not that many days left. Try a yes and. Where I first was introduced to this concept was at the local improv theater of the Loose Smooths Theater. And improv is really a yes and way of life. Without the yes and in the improv space, there wouldn't be any humor. If you said, somebody says, let's go to the Rockies and chase the bears. If you said, nah, I don't want to do that, I'm afraid of bears, the story is over. It can't go any further. But if you say, yes, and let's make sure we take bear spray, right? There's a possibility. There's a solution there. You can make things happen. Where this yes and works in life outside of the improv space is it becomes a really powerful tool when you're doing brainstorming or masterminding. Yes, and let's take this idea to another level. Let's add this to it. And the next thing you know, what you've created is a collaborative communication and exploratory event. And when you get to the end, you've got a really good solution, and nobody's needing to know, nobody really cares who originally started the idea. So it's a very powerful way to get more stuff done. So I just wanted to share those concepts with you today on Mindset Monday. And maybe you already know this stuff. Maybe you're already doing it, but maybe you're not doing it. Maybe this is all brand new. Maybe you've heard it slightly differently. Maybe there's one turn in your kaleidoscope that's going to make a difference for you. If you are watching this live, thank you for being here. And if you're watching this on replay, go #replay and let us know where you're watching it from. If your community, if there's somebody in your community that you know that has a story or a message that would benefit a few people in the world, even just one, introduce them to us at the Business Renovator. Let's get them on and get their story broadcast to the world. Thanks for being here. And remember always to be wonderful, just like this image shows that the you is larger on purpose because you are wonderful and you are unique. Go act like it.
I get shit done, I have fun. It's my time and I'm the one. I'm breaking through.